welcome back to the dark side. I am Brianna.
And I'm Paige.
And this is Dark Adaptation. I did not say I'm your host, Brianna, that time, because Paige is here.
I'm here.
And she's back with another, I'm sure, amazing episode.
I hope so.
Pretty much you're taking the reins because you're telling us the story.
I am.
So I just get to, my favorite thing, I just get to sit back and listen to you.
Yep, we're all going to listen to me. Yay!
I love it because I work so hard every other week to write a great episode.
And I thought I'd give you a break.
And it's so much fun for me to just be like, okay, let me hear a story now. Mm-hmm. I'm happy you're here.
I'm happy to be here.
I love that you agreed to do this every other month.
I'm glad it worked out that we could do this every other month.
And it's right before Christmas.
It is.
So we have a festive theme kind of going on here. We got presents in our lap.
We do.
And we have a Christmassy, what do you want to call that? Fireplace ambiance.
Yes, ambiance.
Ambiance on the TV. So it's like fake snow and Christmas lights.
Mm-hmm. Pretending we're outside when we're warm inside.
Yeah. And you don't get to admire it, but your backdrop is this lovely Christmas tree.
It is. It does give the glow to the room.
So it's festy. Festy?
Festy.
It's festy as fake in here.
It's festy in here.
Okay, so we have presents in our lap.
We do, yes. And I would love you guys to open yours first.
This is going to be a theme. Every time you're on, we're going to do something.
Weird,
right? Open something unique into the microphone.
Oh, all the ASMR. So we're really switching it up with this podcast day. It's true crime. You got the folklore, you got the cryptids, and you got ASMR.
And before we started recording, we were like, I think there's burping ASMR, and we're sitting here and we're just talking, doing our own thing, and then in the background you can just hear it's like, what is that? And Tyson, of course, pulled up some burping ASMR because there is an ASMR for everything.
Mm-hmm. 18 minutes of it, and it's disgusting.
And it was actually Dyson's channel. He's into burping ASMR.
It's a good money-making scheme.
Well, some people gotta sell feet pics. Some people gotta have burp ASMR, right?
There's a freak for every ASMR.
There is.
Are you kink shaming?
Yes.
You shouldn't do that.
No,
Don't yuck someone else's yum.
Kink shaming is my kink, so back off.
It's checkmate.
Sass.
Now I'm just wondering if there's ASMR with feet and it's
taking
definitely
over
like
my rubbing
thoughts.
Together and painting them.
You're
And
burping, but you're questioning feet?
No, it's fine. We don't have to go into
It's
this.
gonna be like soapstone on my dirty soles.
I'll be honest. I'm just questioning it now because I think that there's a niche I've missed out on. So.
I have a whole playlist if you want to hear it.
Dyson, there's a reason you're not on this episode. So.
Yeah.
Just.
sad. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm taking control today.
All right. Paige, what do you think? Should I open mine or should Dyson open his or should we do it at the same time?
You guys can, whatever you would like. You guys can do it at the same time, or if someone wants to go first.
Okay, let's do it at the same time.
No, you start and stop halfway through. I start
and finish.
And then you finish your other
Oh
half.
my god, there's a formula to it now. Okay, here we go. It's such a beautiful wrapping job. It feels like sad to disrespect
No, rip it to it!
Okay, first I gotta get through this bow, Paige.
I didn't tie it too tight so that it was easy to take off.
Can I keep this?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Use it in our crafting later.
some ASMR.
Oh, that's so satisfying.
Ooh, just punched the microphone. Okay. I'm opening it.
Okay.
It's a beautiful, to describe for the listener, it's a nice little box. There's a Christmas tree on it, like a rustic style. It's very pretty. I've opened the box. Now there's black wrapping paper and a little Christmas card. Can I open this card and read it to the people?
If you would like to.
Well, I'll just open the card and have a moment. Oh my god, it's like a velvet card. It's so
4
beautiful.
trees on there.
Aw. Okay, I'll read this after so that I don't take up all the time.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
And I can have my own little moment with it because I love cards. I think. Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, I'm not ready. Okay, I'm opening the tissue paper. I see a Tobey Maguire face staring at me. And it is a Toby McCherub. It is.
Oh, we're gonna have to figure out which episode that callback is for.
It was from
Puckwagees.
Puckwagees.
My first episode.
Episode 25, right?
Yep, 25, my first
And
one.
I am like so, I think it was last week actually that we were talking about how anytime I can, I will find a way to reference Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movies.
This is also the second t-shirt that I've given you that has Tobey Maguire's face on it, so I guess now it's a thing.
It was last Christmas, and the shirt you gave me had the like, there's 4 squares, and the backgrounds are like bright colors, like blue, green, orange, yellow.
Colors,
Yeah, like neon. And it has like the meme faces of Tobey's Spider-Man. And in episode 25 in Puckwudgie, I told Paige one day I would like to commission a shirt that is specifically Spider-Man 3 Peter Parker's emo phase on a cherub. And this shirt is exactly that.
Thank you, Nick, for designing it for me.
Nick, thank you very much. I would like you to know that you are an amazing artist and you're capable of completely designing the weird shit that comes out of my head. So I'm probably gonna have to commission more artwork from you.
Right.
And I'm obsessed with this shirt. Holy shit. It says Tobey McCherub on it.
Above Tobey Maguire's face on a small baby cherub with wings.
With wings, holding a like bouquet garland looking thing of flowers. It's a black t-shirt, so you know I'm gonna wear it all the time.
Yep.
Dyson, do you see this?
I do see this. It's very much you.
Oh my god, Paige.
I don't have to say, do you love it? Because I know you love it.
I'm obsessed with it. And also, after we did that Puckwudgie episode, it was like, I don't know, the episode hadn't even been out for like 4 hours, and he had already
Yeah, he did.
designed this.
And that's the design that he sent me. He listened to it as soon as it kind of came out. He asked me when it was out and told him that it was. He listened to it, said he loved it. It was really, really good. He's been a huge supporter from the very beginning. And
amazing. Thank you so much, Nick.
Yes, thank you, Nick. Thank you for designing that. And yeah, he sent that to me and I had to send it to you. So I commemorated it into a shirt.
This is going to be a theme. Every year I'm going to get some sort of sweet Tobey Maguire.
Oh, man, I have set the bar. Oh, shit. Okay.
I don't know how you top this. So people are probably like, stop screaming. But I can't. I'm obsessed with this. Look at his stupid little feet. I love it.
I'm glad you love it. I knew I had to fold it perfectly so you could see his face as
I
soon
was
as you opened
not
it up.
ready. I wish we video recorded this.
Well, this is why I at least wanted to get audio recording of it.
Oh my god, Paige. This is the best Christmas present ever. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Nick, for designing that. It's fucking amazing.
I'm glad you love it.
I can't wait to wear this in public. I'm going to show up. Mom, are you listening? I'm showing up Christmas Eve dinner in a Tobey McCherub shirt.
I'm sorry, but not sorry.
She's just gonna be like, yeah, I'd expect nothing less of you.
No. And then Dyson.
Okay, Dyson, sorry. I totally stole the show there. I was obsessed with my shirt. Here's the microphone.
Hey,
Is this thing on?
is it on? Hello? Okay. I got a dark adaptation shirt.
Oh, shit!
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It looks gorgeous.
Look at the writing.
Your guys'
and
design.
everything.
Navy blue shirt. And I even took out the background out of the box part of it outside of the diamond. And so you can still see all the stars that were put into it.
It's gorgeous.
I love that.
You love it?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh, good. I'm so glad you like it.
It looks so good on a
New
t-shirt.
merch coming to you out there, listeners.
Okay, this is like...
But if we are talking merch and stuff, if you want, let's design it and let's get it done.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
not?
Now I'm seeing it and I have just gears turning. Like, oh my god.
You could design a whole bunch of shit. I know Photoshop. I can do whatever.
It looks so good. I'm gonna wear the shit out of this.
Are you good? I'm glad you love it.
Yeah, I really like it.
Okay, good.
I'm just admiring our logo. It's like,
Well, I mean,
I know,
you're
it really looks fucking good, actually.
you're the producer behind it, right? So you're here all the time. You're always in the background, even if you don't say anything, and backbone behind it. So
nobody does say things we wish you didn't.
That's true.
He's got to be that guy, though. You got to have one person on there that says what everyone else is thinking but doesn't want to say.
Be a comedic relief.
The comedic relief.
Amazing.
That's a really nice fucking shirt, actually.
I'm glad you guys like it. I'm
Yeah,
glad
and
it worked out.
I'm a little stoked because my other previous favorite shirt shrunk in the wash. So now that's happened, I've got an actual fill-in. I was just telling Bree that the other day.
It's a belly top.
It's a belly top.
A crop top?
He puts his arms up. He puts his arms up, and it's like pretty much to the nips.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
Severe shrinking.
It's
You
okay.
know, that's in for some people.
Out with the old, in with the new.
That is true.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Paige.
I'm glad you guys
Thank
really
you.
enjoyed it. You're welcome.
You're gonna come
From the
over-
bottom of my heart. I love you guys.
I love you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're gonna come over next time. We're gonna be like, it smells weird in here. It's because I'm living in a Toby McCherub shirt.
I'm gonna have to get you more. I'm gonna just have to order more so that you can just wear them every day of the week.
I just look like Kurt Cobain, all greased up in a Toby McCherub shirt.
Yeah, and I knew you wanted black because
I only wear black. I really do.
Same.
And I love adding t-shirts to my collection. I have a very wide collection of black t-shirts, band shirts, movie shirts, whatever. And now I have a shirt specifically designed to what I love.
I'll just every year I'm gonna give you a Tobey Maguire shirt, and then you'll have a full collection of personal Tobey Maguire shirts.
What's better than opening up a gift and just seeing Tobey Maguire's emo face staring at you? Like,
And then-
tell me.
And then you'll have them so long, hopefully, that when you die, like before you die, you'll sign them, and then afterwards they can be merched off because they're like, oh my god, it's from when Bree and Dark Adaptations when they were just beginning. These shirts are worth thousands of dollars.
People are like, why is it Tobey Maguire though? Oh, there's
They gotta
idea.
listen.
One day we'll be so big, Tobey Maguire will come on the podcast,
That is the goal.
and he's only allowed to have emo hair.
Don't you dare tell him I hate
We
him.
can
Though.
only play that
I would
one
never.
sound. Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Na-na-na-na-na. He's glaring over his shoulder.
Oh, I could throw that into the audio, actually.
Yeah, okay, mark that. Bookmark that. Okay.
And we can present him his own Toby Cherub shirt.
You'd be like, I fucking hate this.
You're gonna see it in the tabloids one day. He's wearing a Toby McCherub shirt because he's gonna it has my fucking face on it.
What?
This is everything that we're like, no, we don't want him to have the merch. I don't give a fuck. He has to wear the Toby McCherub shirt.
Did you hear that, Nick? You're gonna have to make another one.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make another one.
Okay, Paige, your turn.
Yes, I have presents in front of me from them. So
ASMR. Okay, now I can hear it. Ah. Yeah, I like it. So satisfying. This one is from Dyson.
oh, you guys know me. Okay, it's a Zodiac Crystal Collection, and it's for me, a Gemini. Ooh, they're so pretty. There's amethyst, carnelian, rose quartz, India agate, black obsidian, and clear quartz.
I saw the obsidian.
They are
I was like,
gorgeous.
yeah.
Thank you, Dyson.
You're welcome.
Love these.
Gosh, wait for a full moon so you can charge them in the moonlight.
Oh, yeah, I missed the December one, but it was cloudy, so
Always.
what can you do?
Every time we have a really pretty full moon or like a cool occasion, like a blood moon or something, it's always fucking cloudy.
Every time.
So
And then
annoying.
you see all these other pictures of people, and they're like, "Oh, look at this cool picture I got of the moon." And you're like, "What the fuck? Where's
the fuck?
Where's my view? God damn!" Thank you. They are beautiful, Dyson.
You're welcome.
You know, this is actually Kobe's favorite sound, and he thinks that he's going to get a paper ball, so he'll probably come running.
Really? Oh man, I wanna teach our dog River to open her presents, like we taught Arrow to open his presents.
Absolutely. My mom's dog opens presents.
Arrow used to know when it was Christmas. Like Christmas Day, he would know, and he would sit in front of the tree.
Wow.
Don't know how he knew that, but he did, and he was waiting for his stocking.
It's because dogs are smart as fuck,
so smart.
and they know everything. They are all the goodest boys and girls.
We were talking earlier about dog versus cat people.
Oh yeah,
because she woke up at like 12:30, and I had sent a message earlier in the day, probably like 9 o'clock.
it was 9. It was
9:30.
9 in the morning.
And I was just like, hey, like, what time do you want me to come over today? And then didn't get a response.
It was
and I'm
almost
like,
1.
Yeah, it was like 12:45. And then you're like, sorry, I just woke up. And
Straight up, I just woke up. Sorry.
I was like, that's fine. I mean, it must be nice to sleep till like 12:30, but I can't do that. My natural wake up time is 8. And she's like, I couldn't imagine I would
I can't
die.
function. I couldn't function.
And I was like, well, then I guess that's the difference between cat and dog people.
And it's so true.
Yeah.
It's accurate. That's accurate as fuck.
It is very accurate.
I like dogs too, though, but yes, I am more of a cat person.
Cats are independent. They can take care of themselves in the morning. The dog needs food now.
Needs food now. I need bathroom now.
Yeah.
I have an annuity and I need cash now.
I've got energy right now. Like, please, I haven't had tea yet. Okay, here's your second ASMR.
Yeah, this one is from me. I love it. We're gonna have to do an ASMR section on every episode.
Just like once every other month with me, we'll do this. Oh my god. It is a tarot card deck.
It
In a
is
beautiful box.
Yeah.
That has the Empress on the front.
It came with a bag too. I have to find it, but in case you don't want to always have them in the box, you could put them in a bag as well.
You gotta
But
have a travel case, right?
yeah,
Thank you so much.
You're
I can't wait to
welcome.
see like the artwork that's on here.
it was. I was like, I so want to open this and see what the cards are like, but I was like, I can't. This is her deck, and if you've never heard,
You just wrap it back up with like tape in a bag.
Oh my God.
like this. I didn't open this.
Why is this wrapped in cling wrap? What? It is weird.
I can't get it open right now.
Your first deck of tarot is supposed to be gifted to you.
Thank you.
And you have been
Someone
mentioning
asked
like,
for this.
I really want tarot, but I know it's supposed to be gifted to you. And every time you were mentioning it, I was trying to play it cool. Like, yeah, it's important. It's important. Anyway, let's move on. Because I was like, I have already picked out a deck for you. I'm going to give it to you for Christmas, but I don't want to give it away. And yeah, this is the original like deck. What's it called though? Something weight deck.
The AE weight.
Yeah, and it's like the OG starter tarot deck, and
I like the back.
now I know, right? Now you have a deck. It's gifted to you. You can get used to the cards, feel them out, start learning exactly how it all works, and then now one's been gifted to you, so you can start expanding your collection. And
I'm so excited. Yes, please help me. I'm struggling over here.
and yeah, I forget who the person was on. I love that.
More ASMR for people.
Someone on Etsy like puts all of this together and like makes the boxes and stuff, and
That is.
I forget who it was, but they did a great job.
Thank you. I love it. This is awesome. I cannot wait to get into this.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love you guys. You guys are awesome.
Burping ASMR. You're
Crystals
so
and tarots. How did
welcome.
you know?
Now you're set.
Now I'm set. Oh my god. Yeah, we're going to be playing with these later. Get them in the box.
I'll find the bag that comes with it as well. And then you have the bag to put them in, or the box, or put the box in the bag, whatever. But I liked the box to wrap because it looks like the perfect little Christmas present. So
Boxes are always.
and I was like, oh, put the bag inside the box, but the box is like perfectly fit for the cards, and the bag did not fit in it.
That's
so
okay. Thank you guys so much.
yeah, welcome. Thank you for.
I love them.
I'm glad you love them. Thank you for our shirts.
You guys love them. Now everyone else is jealous that we got presents and they didn't.
They're part of the fun. You're gonna open your presents soon enough, everyone.
And you got ASMR, so you're satisfied.
That
I'm
was our
sure.
present to you. I burped very loud into the microphone. What else do you need?
Maybe what we're here for?
Okay, Paige, this is where I sit back and you tell us what we're here for.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first off, I would like to say happy 1-year anniversary to you guys.
Thank you.
I am so excited for you. I can't believe it. And the thing that you said about being the wrap for Spotify for your podcast, perfect timing and you didn't even know it, eh?
Right? It was just like worked out that way.
That's
I
awesome.
never
Kobe's
even.
in the background.
Oh.
Sniffing my stuff. That's okay.
What? This is a very weird collection of things, Paige. What have you brought in this apartment?
We can't talk about it. Someone might hear.
You're like, please stop putting this on record right now. Stop it.
We'll talk about it later.
But thank you very much. I can't believe it's been 1 year. It's fucking insane.
And I would just like to say, like, what my favorite episodes were.
Oh, okay. Yeah. For sure.
So the first one, I would say Danielle Belangi.
Okay.
I really loved that one. Like, just like a woman who, like, some fucked up shit ended up happening to her. She survived, 72 hours?
72 hours out
By
in
herself
the-
with her blood pack stomach. Like, I cannot believe that someone managed to survive that. I would have died for sure.
Yeah, she is a fucking fighter, and everything she went through. Shattered legs, pelvis, and the Amasaback Trail, I believe. And
Dragging herself. Oh my god. The dog being by her side. The loyal dog.
Taz.
Taz.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Taz.
I don't know if her opinion's changed since, but Summer's favorite episode was also that one
Oh, really?
so far from what I'd
Summer.
heard. Yeah. She's also a good listener. She waits every Monday for our
Thanks for
episodes.
listening.
What's up, Summer? And she did request an episode, and I have not forgotten. Don't worry. I just have a specific plan with it. So don't you worry, Summer. You're getting your request.
It's coming. It's coming. And then I enjoyed Crazy Joe.
Oh, Crazy Joe Naso.
And Camp Hero.
Camp Hero. Oh, you
Yeah.
liked the little conspiracy Montauk Project one?
I did, yes.
Do you like Stranger Things, or have you watched
I
Stranger
have
Things?
not watched it. I always hear good things about it. I've obviously heard about like Eddie and what happens and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Partially, but I like to binge watch episodes and stuff, so I always wait for like near the end of all the seasons, the end of the complete show to really get into it.
You have amazing willpower.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just have to be in the mood for certain things, and sometimes you're like, I'm just not in the mood to sit down and like just watch like 15 episodes of something.
And
or,
it's
like-
not like one of those, I don't want to say mindless shows, but I mean, a show like The Office or Friends where
You just throw it
it's like a 23 minute episode where it's not imperative you watch it consecutively, like one episode after the other. It's like
you're gonna miss details.
you
if
can
don't.
just throw it on and it's entertaining.
And then you have to go back, and then you keep going back and keep going back, and you're like, oh, now I don't remember what happened before that.
Exactly.
and
A show
where I
like
am.
Stranger Things is an investment.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for a few more seasons to come out, and then I'll probably get into it, and then a couple of years down the road, people are like, you're so behind. I'm like, I know.
You're good. Then whatever comes out next is the last of it. So
And then I wanted to say my favorite episode, like doing the episode, was Mothman.
I'm happy that you said that because obviously mine so far is Mothman.
Yes.
I think
I
you
had so
have
much fun.
done an absolutely amazing job. You're very
you.
good at telling a story, at giving details, at backing up what you're saying. I love everything you've done.
Research, so much research to both of us.
The
Cheers.
research is awesome, especially with something that's folklore and cryptid, where it's so subjective and like open to interpretation in a lot of ways. But you do deliver it so well.
Thank you. I try very hard for you guys.
It shows. It's very good.
Thank you.
And obviously, I'm going to say Mothman is my favorite that you've done because I've first of all requested Mothman. Second of all, I'm not super like educated or whatever on a lot of cryptid type things, but I've always liked Mothman since I was like a kid. I just find it so fascinating. And then I had requested Puckwidgies as well, which you did amazing on. But I liked Bloody Mary second.
You did, eh?
Yeah.
Oh,
That one was really
Is it because
cool.
it was like a little bit of a surprise for you?
I think that's definitely a part of it. And just the fact that like talking about a Puckwidgie is like a cryptid in itself. There's going to be a like history when it comes to like folklore in the way of like indigenous tellings and the history of the Puckwidgie itself. But Bloody Mary was cool because it's like an urban legend, and the folklore behind that is so like depending on who's researching it and who's diving into it. It's like, oh, it comes from this or it comes from that.
Yeah. How far
So
back
cool.
it goes. Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh, really?
every episode you've done
that's
is
good.
amazing.
Well, hopefully you guys will like this one.
I know I will.
So, we're going to talk about kind of a legend today. And this legend is based in Iceland.
Oh!
Ooh, she had called it earlier because I was saying some names and she was guessing.
At first I was like, oh, what is that? Like Swedish or something? And then I was
Yeah.
like, no, that's Icelandic. And you're like, who knows? You have to wait.
You have to wait.
Oh, wow.
We're
Okay.
always on sync. Okay.
All right, here we go.
And then, so this legend can be traced back as far as like the 13th century in some manuscripts.
Whoa.
And it's Iceland's longest standing Christmas lore to date.
Okay.
So this is the story of Grilla, her 13 Yule lads, and Yola Katurin.
Yola Katurin.
Yola Katurin.
All right,
Yeah.
let's do this.
So, the initial descriptions of Grilla is described as a giant ogre / troll and having a beard and fangs, a tail and hoofs, sometimes as 15 tails, sometimes large warts on the nose. She's very ugly, very monstrous, very giant.
I just want to know how you find room for 15 tails. The tails will start growing off of the tails.
Right, yeah, off the main
It'll
tail,
just be like a broom.
kind of like a kitsune.
Kitsune?
Kitsune. And then she also is told like maybe to have eyes in the back of her head. And sometimes she's as tall as a multi-level house, and others she's just a giant woman.
All right.
And her favorite snack, children.
Okay. Of course.
Of course.
You gotta have that child scare factor in there.
Something of a monstrous size like that must have a diet that really sustains them, eh?
Evil little children.
Yeah.
You best behave or else Santa won't come and you'll get eaten by Grilla.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, you said Grilla. Yep.
Grilla.
Yep. So she is like the embodiment of fear of always growing hungry, and she used to say that she lived on the edge of town, and she would go to different houses begging or tricking parents into giving them her children.
Oh my god.
And she was known to offer a trade to the parents in exchange for that child, and the more the child acted out, the better they tasted to her.
Oh my god.
Yep, she would sometimes she could sway them with be swayed with offerings of food, or would have to be chased away by the parents. But she would always try and come back for those naughty little children.
I'm just imagining you're the poor, unfortunate soul in this town that lives on like the outskirts of town, and knowing that like, oh my god,
Yep.
kids don't play in the yard too long.
Oh, whose creepy house is that? Oh, that's Grilla's house.
Don't worry, my neighbor's just Grilla.
It's just Grilla. That's
Grilla.
fine. Yeah, Grilla.
Grilla.
Like green la. Grilla.
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 Huh.
Yeah.
That's actually helpful.
Good. Well, I try to spell it phonetically so I can make sure I can say it right. But anyways, like attempting to protect their children from the ogre, the townspeople chased her out of the town and she fled to the mountains to live in one of the caves in northern Iceland.
Okay.
And throughout the rest of the year leading up to Christmas, it is said that Grilla listens for whispers of naughty children and those misbehaving. If she hears too many whispers, during the Yuletide season, she leaves her home and hunts for that child.
Okay.
Yep.
It's like the Icelandic compass.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Oh.
And kidnapped from their families, the children would be collected into a sack she carries, dragged back to her cave where she would prepare a nice, big, giant pot of crotch goblin stew.
Are you goddamn kidding me?
Children's stew. Yeah.
Oh
And
my god, I
she would make
pictured a
it-
huge cauldron.
Yep. And she would make, well, she's also a giant on top of that, so you gotta fill it. It's like
Yeah.
little chicken bits floating around in her stew.
Children pits.
Children bits. Oh, there was a little arm. It's
Well, but
fine.
you call it crotch goblin.
I knew you'd love that. So she would make enough to eat until the next Yuletide and to share with the rest of her family.
Oh right, I totally forgot there was a whole ass family here.
Yeah.
Are they all as demented as she?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, for sure.
It's like the hills have eyes.
She
the
is
mountains
definitely,
have eyes.
yeah, she's definitely the matriarch of this whole thing, and she's the scariest figure, but she definitely has a scary family.
Good.
So she lives with her current husband, a troll named Lapalaudi, who is beaten and berated by her and living in constant fear of possibly being eaten by Grilla.
Okay, great. Because he's a man-child, probably.
Well, she had also eaten her 2 previous partners.
Oh yeah, you did say current.
Current husband. Her 3rd current husband.
Wow. So she
Yeah.
eats children and she's
When her husbands
domestically
talk
violent.
back, yeah, she's a cannibal, yep.
Oh.
And then Grilla also has her children, the 13 Yule lads, who come down one by one during the holiday to cause mayhem.
13 little shits.
Yep. And so from December 12th to the 24th, Grilla's 13 troll children, the Yule lads, engage in 13 days of mischief, with each lad participating in their own way. And these antics could range from mischievous to horrifying.
Ew.
Yeah, and before the 19th century, the original legend was so terrifying to children that Iceland Parliament had to declare it an outlaw, that they could not use the story of Grilla and the 13 Yule lads to frighten their children around Christmas.
Are you serious?
Yes.
When was this that this happened?
1764.
Holy.
By the King of Denmark.
When, it's the 1700s and really, do they have anything they really are worried about? And they're like, this story though.
Yeah, I mean, you know that there are some dads out there during that time that would fuck with their children.
Absolutely.
Because it was hilarious.
It was entertaining to them and also put them in line.
Yeah.
Because their children are too scared to misbehave.
So the first Yule lad, Stekjauster, his name is also translated to sheep cot clod. Sheep cot clod. And he would come from his home in the mountains and stay from the 12th to the 26th of December and harass any sheep that belonged to any household that he came across wanting to drink their milk.
Oh.
And then during the winter, the sheep would mainly be housed underground to avoid the bitter cold temperatures. And when the farmers heard the distressing calls coming from the sheep, they would know that he was near. And though he is frightening, sheep Claude has limited movement in his legs as they are stiff. And Icelanders knew that. So they just had to wait him out until he moved on to the next farmstead when he came around.
Where did they hide them underground?
They would hide them underneath the house. So that the warmth of everything would kind of keep everything together, and then they'd be sheltered.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so they could hear it coming, the distressing calls of the sheep from underneath the floorboards, and then they would know that.
That is a nightmare to hear screaming because I literally picture Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, and you're like, I hope that it doesn't get in, because you just wake up the next morning and find murdered or suckled sheep.
Ew!
Suckled, another word that we don't like.
Okay, what's worse, suckled or puckered?
Suckled or puckered? Puckered.
I don't like suckled.
Suckled? Suckled at the teat?
That's why.
I went straight for it.
That's what I picture.
Yeah.
So I'm like, whoa.
That's what he would do.
Yeah, I know, that's right.
And then, so the second Yule lad is Giljager.
Giljager.
His name translates to Gullygawk.
Cool.
And so Gullygawk would typically come around from the 13th until the 25th. And this troll would wait in the gullies surrounding a house until the people were all asleep, and then he would sneak into the barn and steal or drink all the cow's milk.
Okay, so they
before was the sheep, now it's the cow.
Really into milk.
Yeah, these two. And so if this happened, this would prevent families from using the key ingredient for many of their recipes.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Okay, we got milk, we got flour and eggs. Oh, we have no milk? Great.
Yep, and it disrupts everything that you're trying to do, especially if you're making bread and whatever else you're doing, right?
Actually making food for your family, and then also people
Stews.
Probably sell it as well.
Make cheese, whatever they're making.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so the third Yule lad, Stuver.
I have to keep saying it, guys. Okay. Sorry.
And his name means stubby.
That's one of the missing 7 dwarves.
Yeah.
Stubby.
He's abnormally short compared to all the other trolls. And
Great.
From the 14th until the 26th of December, Stubby would steal household pots and pans for any leftover crusts and pastry that lingered on them.
Ew!
Yeah. And then, so this could be detrimental to the family, as pots and pans were historically imported and very, very expensive, as Iceland didn't typically have any iron reserves or a mining industry. So some families, it could very well be the most expensive and valuable possession that they owned.
Oh, I never would have thought of that.
There's always an underlying reason to it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, always make sure you clean the pots and pans before you go to bed so they don't steal your pots.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because then what are you going to cook on, right?
That's so true. And then they already have this problem where it's well, I don't even know if I can cook because some little freaks, they drank all the milk.
Drank both milks, took the sheep, bothered them.
Both milks.
Okay, so the fourth Yule lad, the Rasikya, or spoon licker. So spoon licker from the December 15th until the 27th would break into homes and lick spoons, hoping to get every last drop of food off the utensils. And he is described as like ghastly thin from malnutrition, which is quite opposite from many of the other trolls depicted. So he is like the skinniest, the most malnutritious one of all of them. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
I'm just picturing the one licking all the pots and pans, and the other one's like, "Give me that fork."
Not
Tag
sharing.
teaming it.
All he can get is the fork, right?
Yeah, that's why he's malnourished.
Yeah,
'Cause
he's
the
the
other
runt.
the other brother's bigger and beats him up.
Exactly. Kicks them with their stiff legs.
Kicks Stubby with a stiff one.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so the fifth Yule lad. The fifth one is Potislekir, and pot scraper is the name translated. And pot scraper would come from the 16th until the 28th of December. And he would break into a string of homes throughout the nights, scraping every morsel of sauce from pots, roasted meat left on the pan, any vegetables in sight, really any food left unattended.
Why are they going after all of the pots and pans?
Because they're horrendous and malicious and mischievous.
Ah, no, my vegetables.
Oh, my veggies. Kid's like, oh no, my veggies.
Oh no, we're not gonna have Brussels sprouts again.
No, that's fine. So this would hopefully encourage kids to finish their meals of food and would preserve and sustain them throughout the long winters, and nothing could be wasted.
Yeah,
'Cause they had long
exactly.
winters. So the sixth Yule lad, Askaslekir, means bowl licker.
Of course.
And of course, so he would appear between the 17th and the 29th. And he would clean anything left over from their bowls that kids used each night to eat like porridge or their midnight snack. And they would leave the bowls under the bed. So bowl licker would lay beneath a child's bed, wait for them to finish their nighttime snack. And when they were done, would snatch the bowl and lick the remains clean.
Ew. I'm so uncomfortable with all of this.
It's always the thought of something reaching out from under your bed with
Yep.
like a clawed hand
Yep.
to take something or snatch your foot is always terrifying to a child.
And knowing the background of this, that it had been just waiting and lingering under there
Until
and
they
like
were done.
listening to you eating and stuff. Ew. It's like, I'm taking this bowl.
I'm taking this fucking bowl from this damn kid.
And then the other one comes in and it's like, I'll take the spoon.
Yeah, I'll take any spoons left. Yeah, and then like this tale was probably used to get kids in bed on time, or limit any like late night snacking that they had.
Very true.
Right.
You don't want to have to sneak a snack in there because that bowl liquor.
Yeah, plus if your family's not well off and you don't have a lot, you don't want your kid going in the middle of the night to be like, oh, I want more. And it's like, well, you had a full dinner.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be hungry, you little piggy.
That's probably the next little Yule lad, little piggy.
No, little piggy. No, the next one is Herdesketlir.
Herdesketlir.
Herdesketlir. And it means door slammer.
You have to have a door slammer.
Yeah, so from December the 18th until the end of the month, door slammer would sneak in from neighborhood to neighborhood, from door to door, break into each home, and cause as much chaos as he could while they were sleeping, slamming doors.
Honestly, hearing doors slamming is like one of my biggest pet peeves. I hate when people
Close the
slam
door.
doors. I'm like, how childish are you that you're slamming a door? So then the fact that you have this little shit in your house and you're trying to sleep slamming doors, I would be like, that's it. I'm drop kicking this little thing out of here.
Plus, you're trying to wake me up in the middle of my sleep. You're going to get the wrath.
Yeah.
Just wait.
Okay, put your freaking stiff little leg in the door and slam it.
Little stubby leg. So the 8th Yule lad is Skiergamir, and that means skier gobbler. And so from December 19th to the 31st, skier gobbler would, you guessed it, gobble all the skier.
Yep.
So all different cultures have different traditional feasts that they have leading up to the holidays, and Iceland has one called skier. And it's a thick and creamy like dairy product that is like kind of like a yogurt consistency. I know you don't like yogurt. You had a bad experience, but they really love it. And it's like not as flavorful as yogurt, but has just like a slightly different texture.
Yeah, I'm picturing like low fat, no sugar, thick Greek
Like
yogurt.
Yeah,
Ugh.
basically like that. But it can be used in a variety of different ways, which makes it a very important ingredient for them.
Yeah.
And it's actually technically classified as a cheese versus a yogurt because it has rennet in it.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
and that's what makes the cheese.
Yeah, but then you got these other little shit Yule lads who are out here drinking all the damn milk.
Yeah, so how are you going to even make
How
this
are you
going to
make
begin with?
skyr?
Exactly.
How skyr gobbler is going to be obsolete soon because you're selfish brothers.
Because he's going to gobble all the skyr. Yeah, it's like skyr is traditionally used as like a refreshing like palate cleanser between like heaviness of like the roasted meals and stuff, but also used to in recipes and stuff as well.
That makes sense.
You
They're like,
gotta have something light in between the heaviness of the meals.
like sherbet. What is that? No, we use skyr.
Skyr.
That's a palate cleanser.
Yeah, I've never tried it though.
No,
I don't know if I would like it. I'm not a big like yogurt person.
maybe if you treated it more like it was a cheese instead of considering it a yogurt, like if you used it as a spread or
like a mascarpone kind of thing.
Yeah, or like some people who just eat like cottage cheese, for example, and they just put like black pepper or a vegetable in it. To me, but
That's gross. But
yeah,
to each their own. I'm not yucking your yum.
yucking your yum.
Yucking your yum.
Listen, I am. All right. There's so many better things to eat.
I mean, that is true, but you eat what you want. You save the rest for me. Okay, so the 9th Yule lad is Bju na Crikey.
Whoa.
Bju na Crikey.
Bju na Crikey.
Yeah, and it means sausage snatcher. I'm sorry, I should have said that while you were drinking. I knew it was a mistake, but I thought it would be funny.
I only got a little sip in, so we're good. Wow, it threw me for a loop. We're going pot liquor, pan liquor, spoon liquor, sausage snatcher from door slammer.
Bju na Crikey.
Oh, God. Okay, please continue. Whose sausage is he snatching?
Well, from December 20th until January 1st, Sausage Snatcher would steal the popular smoked sausages called buga. I believe that's how you say it.
Buga.
Buga. This troll would break into homes and hide in the rafters of the ceiling, and he would wait until the sausages were cooked before he's swooping down and grabbing them some sausage.
So he makes everyone else do all the work for him, and he just gets to creep around in the rafters and then steal these delicious smoked sausages.
Yep.
Also, they're really into food.
They are. They're very much into food.
The door slammer one is like an outcast here.
Gridla's gonna make you a big pot of children's stew. What are you doing coming in people's houses?
Yeah, she's a
For
big
13
lady too.
days of mayhem each.
That pot of stew is gonna be giant.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry.
It'll last you all year round. You'll be fine.
The-
No
he's-
midnight snacking at the Yuletide.
I'm not. I'm snacking on the sausage I snatched.
Sausage.
Snacking on the sausage I snatched.
Mother Grilla, I found some sausage.
Snatched it. Snatched.
So, yeah. And sausages made at home in Iceland would be hung from the rafters to age. Mm-hmm. So it would be easy for him to snatch them from there. So the 10th Yule lad, Glugagayr.
Glugagayr.
Yeah. Window peeper.
That's upsetting.
Window peeper.
Oh, you thought it could get worse, huh? He's stealing all the food and drinking all your milk? Yeah, well, now we got a peeping Tom. Or, excuse me, a peeping lad.
I just imagine seeing these, like, ugly-ass trolls
No.
peeping from the corner of your fucking window as a child.
I
And then you see something under your bed, and you go and tell your parents. They're like, no, the Yule lads aren't coming for you.
You can't catch a break, because then you're also like, oh, I think I'll have a little snacky on this sausage. And
Like,
there's
maybe I'm not feeling well.
something creeping in the rafters at you.
Here.
This is
Get before
awful.
bed.
This,
Yeah.
this is the worst story of the Seven Dwarfs I've ever heard.
These dwarfs are so creepy. So, in Iceland during the winter, there's only about 4 or 5 hours of sunlight in a day.
That's
between
true.
that Yuletide season.
Oh my God.
So, from December 21st until January 2nd, window peeper would wait for darkness to descend, and then this night crawler would peep into children's windows looking for things to steal.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Ew.
Creepy.
So creepy.
And then you're gonna like this next one.
Well,
Yule lad number 11 is Gautatheva. Gautatheva, and it means door sniffer.
okay, what the hell are you even doing?
What is with the doors?
The doors,
The doors, the rafters,
the sniffing,
the beds,
the snatching, the scooping, the whatever.
the suckling.
And I'm just suckling this
Suckle
skewer.
is you. So this troll from December 22nd until January 3rd would creep into home after home and with his huge nose
Good.
sniff out his favorite meal, leaf bread, a thin and fried bread decorated in leaf impression patterns or any other like baked good.
I just picture Lord of the Rings.
Doorway sniffer. Imagine. You hear sniffing from under your doorway as a child?
No.
And then you hear scratching under the bed, and then you hear tinking outside on the
outside
glass
because there's
window.
a freaky little shit staring at you through the window, and there's a big nose. You can't even see
This
the
would be
rest of the
terrifying.
lad. You just see a giant nose peering in. It's probably all warty like his mother's.
Yeah, probably.
Ugh.
Yep.
Ew.
Disgusting.
Also, oh, you got shit end of the stick. You got like, oh, I'm sausage snatcher, and I'll lick all of your pots over here. And then you're like, well, I'm door sniffer.
I'm important too. Okay, sure. So, if your intricate designs on the leaf bread were well known across town, door sniffer would be notorious for stealing the well-designed baked goods.
Oh,
So he would
great.
hit up your house. He'd hunt up your house.
Punish for being good at what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
Rude.
Looking for that really crispy fried bread.
I really do just picture like the llama spread in Lord of the Rings. Frodo and Sam.
Yeah.
They get the bread.
Yep. There you go. So the 12th Yule lad is Kit Croker,
Kit Crocker.
and his name means meat hook.
Oh my god. Let me guess. He works side by side with Sausage Snatcher.
I think they're best friends, if not twins.
I'll use my meat hook and
You sausage snatch.
Oh god, this is so double entendre though. Am I right?
Right? I mean, who named these things?
Yo, get your meat hook over here so I could snatch that sausage. I didn't name them.
No, that's true. It was made to be made fun of. So, from December 23rd until January 4th, Meat Hook would creep from behind doors, under tables, under windowsills, or in any cupboard or pantry, waiting for an opportune moment once the meat was cooked to use his hook and snatch the centerpiece meal. But mainly, he enjoyed the savory taste of smoked legs of lamb.
Oh.
That was his favorite. And it was also known that he would send his hook down the chimney and steal any meat roasting over the fire.
They are actually such a nuisance.
They're like parasites. They just come in and they are relentless until they get exactly what they want. There's
Yeah.
nothing you can really do.
I'll be so fucking pissed. First of all, meat is expensive.
Yep.
Second of all, as we're getting older, I'm realizing my favorite part of the holidays is the food.
Oh, definitely.
And you're like so fucking pumped. It's Christmas. You're going to have your delicious lamb legs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, fuck yeah, I've been waiting all year for this. And the goddamn meat hook comes in
Yep. It steals your
like
leg
the
of lamb.
Grinch and steals it through the chimney.
Yeah. What is he? He even takes the. What is it? I can't remember what the line is.
The who hash.
Even the who hash. Yeah.
The
roast beast.
The roast beast.
Yes, takes the roast beast.
Everything.
And then, so he also wouldn't be biased on what type of meat.
Of
He'd eat
course not.
anything. Of course, at that time, he'd just take what you can get. And other times, he would wait until all in the house were asleep to steal any meat hanging or being cured with sausage snatcher.
Well, of course.
Right? If it's easy pickings, then might as well take the whole thing.
I knew that they were an evil little duo.
Yeah. And then, so the final and the 13th Yule lad is Kautasnika.
Kautasnika.
Kautasnika. And that means candle stealer.
Okay. Well, I mean, finally, some
Not as
diversity in the
creepy.
mix.
But candles used to be made from animal fat, and he would steal them from children walking along in the dark and eat their candles.
Oh, I was imagining you take a giant.
Vat of animal fat, making it into candles. I mean, you did what you had to do. Sounds disgusting.
It does sound disgusting, but
And then just gobble them up.
you said this originates from like 12th century. Right?
Grilla comes from the 13th century.
13th.
The trolls are a little bit newer than that, but yes.
So, either way, it's a time where you can't just flick on the light.
Nope.
Like you're using every resource you have to the extent that can be used,
Yeah.
and you have candles for light. What else are you gonna have in the nighttime, or in this case, all day, since you only have 4 or 5 hours of sun?
Yep.
And your candles are getting stolen.
And they need to last as long as possible.
You're like, the fuck?
Yeah. And he would appear from December 24th until January 5th. Yeah. And he would come in and steal all the valuable candles that were in the house as well. And they would, use it all the winter long. So if they were stolen, like a lot of your other items, their pots, like imagine just being cleaned out by these things. Like you'd have nothing. You wouldn't be able to survive the winter without your neighbors.
No, you wouldn't.
There's no way.
I would be like on a fucking mission. Take these little shits down.
Everyone's going for a hunt.
Oh my god. Get your pitchforks.
Yeah, Iceland is known for, I think it's like being the most open and aware of like supernatural kind of creatures because they have a lot of elves there as well. There's like a lot of the population that believe in elves there.
Mm-hmm.
And so they do like, understand living in that balance of living with these other creatures as well, right? You gotta respect them at the same time because they could make it so much worse for you if they were pissed.
That's so true. And I think that would make it even more complicated for them because they're trying to live this balance. And if you're a person living in this village with your family or whatever, you're kind of like, I'm giving you your space and respecting the fact that we share this area and you're coming into my home though and disrupting my life.
There's boundaries.
Like, oh, sorry, your kids were shit though, so now we have to punish everyone.
Yeah. You got shitty kids. And like sometimes when they would steal the candles, like this would upset kids even more, as there is now a chance that in the darkness, Grilla would come for them, and so they had more reason to fear the dark.
Okay,
and which kid isn't scared of the dark?
I was trying to understand why this was like an outlawed story.
Yeah, especially without having electricity, without having the technology that we have nowadays, it would be very terrifying to spend, 20 hours a day in darkness.
In darkness, yeah. And nowadays we're so lucky. Just jump on the internet, Google something,
learn about
it
from
immediately.
But yeah,
in the time that this is so prevalent, it's like it was a time where it's
on Amazon.
Yeah, right.
It'll be here tomorrow. The
time this is happening is so everything is like an oral tradition of like let's pass on a story and whatever.
Yeah, the importance of oral stories. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, so those are like the most prominent Yule lads, but there also could potentially be as many as 82 individual lads with their own unique characteristics.
No, that's just an apocalypse.
Really could have many more children with the other husbands before she killed them, so.
That's true. And she's such a looker, she probably has little men on the side.
Yeah, so she doesn't beat them. Okay, so on Christmas Eve, they would all like be together. That's the only day where they would come in to town and be all together. 13 Yule lads, and then wreak havoc on the townspeople and their children.
A menace.
Yeah,
they're
menaces. And then, so over the time, like the Yule lads' image has changed from the frightening trolls that bring their meat hook along, looking for a late night snack, to the family-friendly lads that wear traditional red and white clothes with fluffy beards, rosy cheeks, happy smiles, and that enjoy leaving presents for good children.
Oh wow, okay.
So they really turned it around after.
180.
Yeah, within I think it's the 19th century. It was definitely after the ban of the stories of Grilla before.
That's true. It's like, well, how can you completely outlaw a story that people are going to talk about? We can actually maybe try and rewrite it.
Mm-hmm. And they still have festivals to celebrate her. Again, she's their longest standing Christmas lore. Yeah. And they still have festivals to celebrate her and Lapalaudi and the 13 Yule children. And also living with them is Yola Katurin.
Yola Katurin.
He is the Yule cat.
Well, I'm ready to hear about a Yule cat. Let's go.
Yeah, so Yola Katurin is basically Grilla's giant pet cat.
Okay.
And earliest records of the Yule cat date back as far as like the 19th century, so probably came in a lot of the time with the Yule lads as well. Mm-hmm. And so it's more of a modern legend attached to the lore of Grilla and the Yule lads. Mm-hmm. So this bloodthirsty cat is as big as a house. With razor-sharp whiskers and teeth, flaming eyes, and deadly claws.
Sounds like,
terrifying.
I'm up as big as a house, like, goddamn.
Yeah, huge.
And razor whiskers.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. And there's actually a poem about Yola Katurin by Johannes Kotlum? Johannes Kotlum, I believe.
Oof.
And this version of it is translated and it was actually sung by Björk, which is, I think, one of their more famous singers that they have in Iceland.
I love Björk.
Love them.
Her, yeah.
Her?
Yeah, I love
really?
I
okay, you were being serious.
Yeah, I love Björk.
Okay, awesome. Okay, well, then it was sung and translated by Björk. So, so this is called Yola Katurin, and it goes like this. So, quote, "You know the Christmas cat. That cat is very large. We don't know where he came from, nor where he has gone. He opened his eyes widely, glowing, both of them. It was not for cowards to look into them. His hair sharp as needles, his back was high and bulgy, and claws on his hairy paw were not a pretty sight. Therefore, the women competed to rock and sew and spin and knit colorful clothes or one little sock. For the cat could not come and get the little children. They had to get new clothes from the grown-ups. When Christmas Eve was lighted and the cat looked inside, the children stood straight and red-cheeked with their presents. He waved his strong tail, he jumped, scratched, and blew, and was either in the valley or out in the headland. He walked about, hungry and mean, in hurtfully cold Christmas snow, a kindled heart with fear in every town. If outside one heard a weak meow, then unlucky was sure to happen. All knew he hunted men and didn't want mice. He followed the poorer people who didn't get any new clothing near Christmas and tried and lived in poorest conditions. From them he took at the same time all their Christmas food and ate them so them also themselves if he could. Therefore the women competed to rock and sew and spin and knitted colorful clothes or one little sock. Some had gotten an apron, and some had gotten a new shoe, or anything that was needful, but that was enough. For pussy should not eat no one.
Stop it, Paige.
Imagine if I made it up.
And this is just my fantasy.
This is exactly the words you were looking for. For pussy should eat no one who got some new piece of clothes. She hissed with her ugly voice and ran away. If she still existed, I don't know. But for nothing would be his trip if everybody would get next Christmas some new rag. You may want to keep in mind to help if there is need, for somewhere there might be a children who get nothing at all. Mayhaps for that looking for those who suffer from lack of plentiful lights will give you a happy season and Merry Christmas. End quote.
That story was full of a lot of different visuals.
It was.
But
a lot packed in there.
I'm very afraid of this cat.
Yeah, I mean, again, he'd take the time to steal all the Christmas food as well and eat them if they didn't get new clothes.
A cannibal Grinch.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he's not cannibal because he's a cat, but he's a murderous Grinch.
Yep. And sent out by Gorilla, I'm sure.
And yeah, oh, for sure. And like every part of this cat is deadly. You can't even touch the fur. It's like razor sharp.
Yep. Razor sharp needle kind of fur.
And then the whiskers, obviously it's got the wicked claws, teeth.
Big giant hairy paw.
Like you're doomed if you see this cat. That is also, by the way, don't forget, as big as a fucking house.
Yep. And it's got flaming eyes.
Woo!
Flaming eyes.
The Hellcat.
Hellcat. Yeah, well, big giant Hellcat.
Yeah.
So, some versions say that it only hunts children, and others say that anyone who doesn't get any type of new pieces of clothing or a piece of clothing for the holiday, be it a scarf, sock, again, an apron, shoes, underwear, whatever it is, will be devoured by the Yule cat.
Based on that story, a poem you just told, it sounds like anyone is susceptible.
Yeah. And some versions also say that anyone with frayed or torn clothing would be subject to the wrath of Yule as well.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so it was also customary every year that farmhands received new clothes from the farm owner that they worked for.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it could also be like a reminder to finish up any like sheep shearing or tasks that need to be completed before the winter came. Mm-hmm. Might also be a story to tell kids to keep pressuring them into finishing all of their like chores, their sewing, the knitting, the weaving before winter comes as well.
Absolutely.
And then it might encourage farm owners to give their farm hands clothing for the year.
Yeah.
And Icelandic winters are incredibly dangerous. And the legend of Grilla, her 13 Yule lads, and Jólakaturin is a warning to prevent children from wandering off into the snowy, dark nights. As there have been many people that have gone missing over the years. It has been known that people go missing if you just kind of walk off into the snow without a plan.
I never would have thought of that, but I mean, it makes total sense.
I think there's like an unsolved case of 2 people leaving and just going missing, completely missing, and there's 4 people that were possibly like tried for their crimes and like were they spent like 2 years in isolation, like tormented basically to find out the truth and stuff. It's a whole cold case about it, but those two men went missing. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah, it's very cool. So yeah, the legend of Grilla and the folklore that surround her remain one of Iceland's longest celebrated Christmas traditions. And so there are like modern versions of the folklore spins of the tale that instead of mischievous ways, they leave presents in the shoe of a child that has been placed on the windowsill. So that's what they do in Iceland. Whereas we have stockings here hung by the mantle, they have a shoe placed on a windowsill.
Like in Germany, you put a boot on the porch.
Yes. And so each of those 13 nights, they would receive, if they were good children, a present in the shoe.
Oh.
And if they were bad, they would receive a rotten potato instead.
Gross. Ew. It's probably all creepy with like gross long spuds growing out of it. Looking like an alien potato.
Yeah, something like mushy.
If they're good, it's like so...
Kind of stinks.
Oh, it would stink. It would stink.
Yeah, it would be placed in there instead of our traditional coal.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then if they're good, they'd get like a little fruit or a nut or a little candy, something like that.
Yep. I remember always getting oranges and apples from my grandparents.
I actually have heard that.
It was such a
little
delicacy.
Clementines and stuff and oranges. And so way back when. It's like
It's like nostalgic.
delicacy. It's so rare to have like fresh fruit in
It's
so
a
many
huge thing to get
places.
fresh fruit. So yeah, when we were little, my grandparents would give us presents and then also give us like some fruit with it.
Aw.
As well. Yeah, which was sweet. So you kind of mentioned earlier Snow White and the Seven Dwarves.
I mean, it's
Pretty spot on, right? So
there goes the stink bug.
oh yeah, we've had a stink bug that's been on the fan and now it's flying. Kobe! Did this happen during the first one too?
I mean, probably.
I think it did. I think there was a bug that was flying around.
Smash into the wall and fall on the ground.
Dumb stink bug.
I'll try to give this bug a chance. I've tried to save its life a few times now. I don't want it to just die, but it is out to hurt itself.
I just would have went, caught it, and threw it outside and be done with it.
It would freeze.
Well, the bug. Okay.
If Kobe gets it, he gets it. Sorry, everyone.
Yes. So
Seven dwarfs, yes.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, who are each appropriately named for their distinct characteristics. Obviously, Doc, Dopey, Sleepy, and all those sort of.
Yeah.
All of those grumpy,
I was trying to think of them. Doc, happy, sleepy,
dopey.
grumpy, dopey, sneezy.
I wasn't counting.
Me neither.
I think there's one more, isn't there?
Doc, happy, sneezy, sleepy, grumpy, dopey,
And bashful.
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 Well, he doesn't fit in.
He doesn't fit in.
Bashy.
So yeah, might be the inspiration for the Disney version of that from this folklore.
Well, the witch is all gross and creepy.
Yep.
Sorry,
She's
I'll
got
let
a
you
wart
tell
on
the
nose.
story.
No, the input is good. Yeah, you got the creepy witch that comes by and tries to kill Snow White. Mm-hmm. Basically a child, right? She's 16, I think, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Younger than that?
It's just probably supposed to be like 12 or something fucked up.
13. Yeah, something. So a child, yeah, coming and meeting up with the Seven Dwarves. And then also in season 1, episode 11 of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina on Netflix, Sabrina and her family are visited by Yule lads
No way.
when their Yule log is accidentally extinguished from the fire. And the log prevents the spirits of the Yule lads from entering their home during the season. And in the episode, Sabrina and her Aunt Zelda call for Grilla to retrieve her children, but she refuses to leave without the child that they are currently taking care of themselves.
Oh, God.
I think the mother died, and so they, spoiler alert, I think the mother died, so they said they were going to take care of the children for now. And so Grilla, the lost child.
She's gonna eat them. She's gonna put them in a stew.
Well, in this version, Grilla is a witch that made a pact with another in her coven to eat their 2 children to survive at the time. After eating their Grilla's first and only child, the other witch went back on their word, and devastating Grilla, she then wanders around looking to replace her lost child, adding to her collection of children, the Yule lads, after her husband abandons her. So it's a little bit of a twist on the story. Instead of eating them, she collects unwanted and abandoned children.
Yeah, it's like all the same plot points, just with a spin.
Yeah, with a spin on it. Yeah, a different take. And there's even like another take on the Yule Lads in a picture book published in 2005 and written by Carol Abersold and her daughter Chanda Bell, titled "The Elf on a Shelf."
Oh,
Christmas tradition.
Elf on a Shelf.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're right. Anytime I see some, like, it's usually on social media, a parent posting about Elf on the Shelf, those little things are assholes.
And they're watching children,
They
right?
are watching children, yeah.
And so in the book, it tells a story about a scout elf being adopted by children, and the elf watches them leading up to Christmas. Each night, once everyone is asleep, they report back to Santa how the children behaved, and this would affect their present status for Christmas. And so this tradition actually goes back to when Carol was a child in the 60s and had an elf that sat on their shelf. And so the original elf was known as a knee hugger elf. And it was like a pixie elf doll that was part of an American Christmas knick-knack rollout in the 50s and 60s by a company called Yuletide of Japan.
Cool.
And they had like plastic childlike faces. You know those like creepy kind of like 60s child, like where it's like the child's head is plastic, the hair is plastic, but the rest of it is like a doll, like it's soft.
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about. And
That's what it is.
A smushy
With like the pink
face.
cheeks, the
Yeah.
rosy cheeks, the big blue eyes, the lips and everything. Yeah, so the hard head, but the rest of the body is soft and fabric.
And then it could easily sit on a shelf.
Yeah. And so it was dressed in green cloth with red trim around like the hat and the pom-pom, around the collar and on like the feet and the hands, and was placed in a sitting position with its arms wrapped around its knees. So a knee hugger elf. And so
Knee hugger, one of the Yule lads.
Yeah, and so one of these pixie elves could be placed in trees or around the room.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where her tradition of the book came from. And then recently in the 2020 movie The Christmas Chronicles 2, the Yule cat legend inspired it with a character named Yola.
Oh, wow.
It's a giant cat that injures one of the reindeer and chases after the main characters, causing mayhem.
Well then, no, sounds familiar.
It
How do you hurt a
does.
reindeer? That's cruel.
I mean, they named it Yola, and the Yule cat is called Yola Katurin. So
yeah,
I mean,
it's like
pretty
a short form.
Yeah.
That's so funny because we were just talking about Christmas movies, and you're like, Christmas Chronicles 2, and I was like, huh? I didn't
Yeah,
even know
I
there
haven't
was a
seen it.
second
And I was
one.
like,
I've only
perfect, I'm
seen
gonna
the
tell you about
first
it.
One. Cool.
Yeah. So from kids' perspectives, this would be absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially again if your parents really played it up. And like I know I would, just like the parents do for Elf on a Shelf, right? They have the Elf on the Shelf, like, you know, making snow angels in flour or hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah. I'm thinking back on ones I've seen. I've seen straight up evil elf on a shelf draw on a kid's face while they were sleeping.
Oh my god, I've seen those videos. It's so funny.
And then
It's not funny.
It's not funny. I gotta go to school.
I can't go to school. It's
I'm
hilarious.
serious. It's not funny.
So yeah, I guess this is it. Just like, you know, kids, remember to behave for your parents.
Yeah, all the kids listening. Why are you listening?
One, it's too late. Your bedtime has passed. Go to bed.
2, I think I said fuck a lot. So oops, I said it again.
Lots of disclosures here. Yeah, they might send Grilla after you. And just remember, the law made in 1746 only applies to Iceland. So if you're anywhere else,
Oh,
please feel free to use this folklore into scaring your children into behaving.
yeah.
It is encouraged.
I encourage it.
I-
I want to see some elf on a shelf. Cool, that's fun. I want to see some 13 Yule lads fucking up some shit.
Yeah, imagine if you had like a bunch of the 13 Yule lads as like little dolls that you could place around, and there was like one licking a spoon, and there's one, and you just like bring them out on like Christmas Eve,
Yeah.
and they because that's the only day where they're all together, right?
Someone out here is like, oh, you know, I've had the same pots and pans for a long time. Kind of, they're not really non-stick anymore. They're in pretty rough shape. Just ditch them and be like, oh God, they came and stole my pots and pans. I guess I need a beautiful new set for Christmas.
Oh, look at that! Or you could just burn something while you're cooking and just be like, I need new pots and pans. if
Oh
you're a
God,
shitty
I
cooker.
swear I didn't mean to burn
Didn't
it.
mean to do this.
A Yule lad came down and tried to swipe my sausage while I was cooking.
You stole my sausage. Meat hook came down.
That was
But,
great.
yeah.
That was very entertaining.
I'm glad you liked it. A little Christmassy kind of version. I know you guys had mentioned kind of Krampus before, and I was like, Krampus, I think, is like one of the more kind of overplayed, like, opposites to Santa Claus. So
Everyone
I wanted
knows
to do something
Krampus.
different and surprising. So
And folklore, of
Folklore-y,
course.
of course.
And kind of cryptid at the same time, because I'm
Yes, creepy.
Kriela is pretty fucking scary.
If it was bad enough for the King of Denmark to make a law to to stop parents from doing this and telling scary stories, they must have been playing it up hard.
Yeah, true. This town is just in a mayhem. There's
Terrorizing
pandemonium.
kids with it. I mean, some kids gotta learn some things, but that's for a law to come into place like that. A lot of kids were traumatized.
I was just gonna say, kids gotta learn, but at the sake of traumatization, maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not that far.
Maybe not, you know? So the elf drew on your face, you'll get over it.
It'll wash off.
Thinking something lives under your bed and is stalking you through your window and is gonna have put its big nose under the door. It's too much. It's too much.
Gotta have the effects.
That's not one thing that's fucking around. It's 13.
13, yeah.
Can't catch a
For
break.
13 days each.
That's true. And some of it's overlapping.
Yeah, the one day overlaps, so they could all just kind of like come into one house, wreak havoc at once, and leave. Or you could just get 13 plus days of mayhem.
Oh, thank you.
Because you could get the first one, Stekiauster, to come in first, and then later you could have like, oh my gosh, I have to remember like.
Oh Lord, I don't
need
even
the
know how you
phonetic
remembered
spelling.
that.
I need Kit Croqueur coming in with his meat hook.
No, it's not. I picture like a Captain Hook. Like
No, it's like a hook
for
that
a
he
hand.
has. He doesn't have it for a hand. It's just like a hook that he can send down on a rope and snatch up your meat from the chimney.
rude.
Yank it up, yeah.
Why am I hungry?
Because we haven't eaten yet.
Sausage, skewer. I don't want that though. I'll be honest. I don't
Milk
want
from
that.
the teat.
I want to suckle on some milk.
Suckle on some you.
Pretty hungry. I think I'll suckle some milk now. That's so fucking gross.
It is gross, isn't it? But if anyone else out there has any suggestions on what kind of cryptids or folklore you want me to check out next, please, let us know we're available.
Hell yeah. Okay. Jesus Christ.
Use
Sorry.
your words.
I had like 8 thoughts at once and they're all rushing for the door and they just got wedged in it. Okay. We can be reached on Instagram at Dark Adaptation Podcast. You can message us there if you have a case suggestion. I'm on the Instagram. Dyson is on the Twitter. He's at Dark Adapt Pod on the Twitter. You can send case suggestions there. It's like the easiest places to reach out. But of course, we have a website, darkadaptationpodcast.ca. And on the website, it's like got sources, photos, a shop where we have a patch.
And hopefully we'll have merch at some point.
Oh my God.
We're talking about it now.
Looking at that shirt, I'm like, damn. That logo was meant to be on a shirt.
It is meant to be on a shirt.
Look at that. It actually looks like it's glowing too. Like you'd look at that and be like, is it glow in the dark? Because it kind of looks like it.
That would be like the stars if it was glowing. That'd be so
We're all going to go bowling. It's going to be glow in the dark bowling.
the dark, like the writing of it, just highlighted. Oh, it would be beautiful. Maybe we
Great
should do a
ideas
line
over
of
here.
that.
I'm
We
very
got lots of
tempted.
ideas flowing.
It sounds awesome.
Yeah.
And what else?
Oh, I had a little side note because I think it was on maybe it was on the anniversary one. You said Dark Love.
Dark love, yeah.
I would just like to say I loved that. I think it's such a cute little catchphrase thing. I think we should keep going with that. I think it's so cute. It's so like with this podcast.
Thank
I
you.
just had to put my 2 cents in with that.
I like that. Yeah, I've been saying that if like people leave like messages or reviews or something, I'll say like dark love from us. If people buy a patch, the handwritten note that I send is signed off like dark love
Does it?
Brianna.
Oh,
so.
that's cute.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm glad you like it.
I do.
Well, dark love from all of us here at
Yes.
Dark Adaptation. We're going to take the next week off for Christmas. So this is a little Christmassy episode to get you in the mood. And even though we will be off next week, we are going to sort of like republish past episodes that were either like fan favorites or a good series to sort of pass the time in case some people
Missed it.
some people might have missed it. Some
That's
people
fine.
who are like newer listeners I'm somebody who likes to start from the beginning and work my way, but other people just tune into wherever. So
Whichever episode interests them the most.
yeah, we're gonna make a little curated pick of the good episodes to share for the time that we have off at Christmas. So
That's fun.
I'm happy that you were here, Paige, to sort of really round out the year, because that means our next episode's is going to come out in the new year, because we're taking the 2 weeks off.
That's fun. And you guys deserve the 2 weeks off too. You guys have worked so hard. So thank you from listeners as well, because I declare myself and I am a listener. So thank you so much for doing this podcast. Like, I've had so much fun listening to you guys, and to just keep it up.
That's awesome. Thank you. I'm
You
glad
should be so proud of yourselves.
Oh, Tyson.
And
we
the
should be proud of ourselves.
15,000 downloads. Is that what it is? 15,000?
Uh,
I think that's what you guys said. Almost 15,000.
I think so. I think that is what Dyson said.
Right about that.
Wow.
That's amazing. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of our hearts for doing this.
You're so welcome, Paige. Thank you for being a part of it as well.
I'm so happy to.
And yeah, I guess we'll see everyone else in the new year.
Yeah. Merry
And
Christmas.
Of course.
Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Boxing Day for those that celebrate. And happy Yuletide.
Yuletide. That's what I was gonna say too. Happy Yule lad. I mean Yuletide.
Yule lads. What? Nope. I'm not sending them to your house, I swear.
All right, everybody. We'll catch you on the dark side in the new year. And in the meantime, make sure you follow us on social media. You'll be able to see the schedules that we're going to put out for January. And yeah, everyone have a safe, happy, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate. Honestly, I just hope everyone has fun with their friends and family and
Eats a lot.
I was just going to
All the food.
Eat all of the food.
Eat that skier.
all the skewer.
Snatch that sausage.
Do it.
Eat that like a lamb.
All right. Bye, everyone.